Hello everybody and welcome to another episode from my YouTube channel. This one is not commentary on a race. This one is, well, it's kind of partial commentary on a race actually, to be fair. This was yesterday's race at the final round, I believe it was, at Tsukuba Circuit, and it was an incident that happened between myself and Ghost Yellow. And I just wanted to try and go through it, if nothing else for myself, but also for other people to look at really and comment about. So I'm going to go through it as I saw it. It's an incident involving myself and one of the Ghostworks cars. I am speaking today, by the way, as a racer, not as a commentator. So it was between me and Ghost Yellow. Firstly, may I say that I have utmost respect for both of the Ghostworks cars. I think they're absolutely superb and they do a sterling job. And they're bloody fast. Both Bash and Yellow are absolutely on it. They're really good racers. I hope that what happened yesterday doesn't see them leave the championship, which would be a crying shame, seeing as they're so high up. So I really want them to stay, basically. But however, let's just go through this, because I was branded a little bit yesterday as maybe being a bit unfair on him. So I've been through it. We're on lap 4, first of all. We're on board on my roof cam. I just want to try to explain my reasonings and thoughts behind what happened. So as you can see, I've got Ghost Yellow ahead of me, and I'm in 5th, and Ghost Yellow is in 4th. Now, my line around this track is always to try to apex this corner as tightly as I can, because I believe that's where the speed is. And I also believe I did set pole position here, so, I'm not trying to be in any way big-headed, but the fact is I did set pole position, so I was the fastest car around here for the round before. So, going into the first corner, hang on, let me just sort this. Sorry guys, I'm just going to step back from the TV screen. I want to sort this volume out, which is clearly not working, whoops, because I can't hear anything. Right, that's better. So sort the volume out. So going into the first corner, basically, let's have a look at the entrance to the first corner. Now, I always start steering in quite early about here, and as you can see, Ghost Yellow is on the left. Now, there was no incident here, so Ghost Yellow is quite wide. He's not on as tight a line as me, and he's trail braking into the corner, which is fair enough. I'm going to hopefully go on to I'm still on the racetrack there, as you can see. My left tyres are still on the racetrack, but I am apexing that corner a little tighter perhaps than I wanted to be. And Ghost Yellow does apex the corner slightly later, round the corner. So I've apexed earlier, which doesn't necessarily mean anything. So that's going round on lap 4. Okay, so if I just now skip to lap 5, we did have a coming together here, very similar to the one that caused the original accident, but I'll try to explain my reasons for it. Now, he's going defensive here, so he's defensive to the right, which is good. But then instead of staying defensive, as you can see, he starts to drift out to the left, which is his natural line. And I've taken my normal line, which sends me to the inside, apexing earlier than he does. Now, we're both on the brakes, quite clearly, trying to make the corner. Now, a bit further on, you can see I've been left quite a big gap there. That's a lot of road space to go down. So obviously, being that, Tsukuba is a very tight, twisty circuit, you've got to take opportunities like that, being as fair as possible. That's the way I see it anyway. And even there, I'm now completely virtually alongside his car. Now, Ghost Yellow did continue to steer in, even though I'm right alongside his car. Now, just speaking from a personal point of view, I wouldn't have. I would have tried to stay a bit more to the left, knowing that the car was there. I don't know whether Ghost knew I was there or not. So there's the first contact. Now, that was a contact on the front, and actually I didn't win that place. I gave enough racing room there, and as you can see, Yellow is back ahead and continued to be ahead for the rest of that lap. Now, skipping forward again to the next one, this is where the first incident occurred. Now, I'm going to take just the same line again. It's a similar setup. So entering the corner, look, I've started steering for the apex a lot earlier, and a Ghost is not going defensive at all. So a bit closer to the corner, it's a similar kind of situation, and a bit closer still, I've started to point to apex the corner. Now, in front of me there, I'm presented with a gap, and that gap is clearly wider than a car width. Okay, so I've decided if that gap stays there, and I can, I can't guarantee going down it, but if I can, then I will. So a bit further on, the gap's still there, and it's still there. The gap is still there. Now, what I didn't anticipate, and I apologise to Ghost Yellow for this, is that he's battling with his teammate Ghost Bash over on the left. So that means that Ghost Yellow may have to go a bit tighter, so I apologise, I perhaps didn't anticipate that. Now, the touch happens here. From this point onwards, it's inevitable. You see Ghost, as you can see there, is pulled in a little bit tighter because he's trying to get past Bash up here. But I'm stuck here now, and the telemetry clearly shows that I'm on the brakes. Where's my finger? So I'm on the brakes, I can see it coming, but there's not a lot I can do about it. So at this point, we turn in, and I rub the back of him. Now, I'm not purposely trying to collide with him, of course, that's never my intention, but I have collided with him, so what do? Well, as you can see, I'm not on the gas or on the brake at this stage, there's nothing there. I'm just completely off. So a bit further on, now at this stage, I know, looking at that angle, it's put corrective steering on, but Ghost Yellow is going to lose it because of the rub I gave him, so, you know, apologies for that, it was never my intention. However, there was a bit of a gap, so that's why I decided to put my nose in. So he has lost that car, he's not going to recover it. Now, if I back off and hit the brakes, he's going to go straight across in front of me and into the barrier on the right, at least that's my estimation. So purposefully, and I remember doing this, guys, I just put my foot down in the hope that what that will do is that will then straighten Ghost Yellow up, which it did do. So I keep my foot down on the gas and it straightens Ghost Yellow up. And he was able to make that corner. Yes, he lost a place because of the initial rub, but we did, you know, both of us are still on there and still fighting. Now, if I just go to the back of my car, in fact, no, I don't want to go to the back of my car at all, do I? Just bear with me a sec. Right, what I want to do is now go and see it from Ghost Yellow's point of view. So, Ghost Yellow is now on here, and I'll fast forward it. So this is where Ghost is battling with Bash. So Ghost is out wide. I'm on the inside. I can see he's still left plenty of room there. As you can see, there's at least a car's length, or a car's width, should I say. So I now nudge him, and I keep my foot down to try to keep him still in line, and I did come off better, admittedly, and it wasn't the smoothest of things, and I know it's a non-contact sport. Now, the reply here from Ghost Yellow is an interesting one, and I'm not trying to mitigate anything with it, and I'm not trying to blame anything, but I'm just going to look at facts. We're going down into this heavy braking point. Now I'm going to stop it at the point where I brake. So bearing in mind I'm absolutely on it and I'm going as late as I can on the brakes. Now the brake pressure from Mr. Yellow's car is non-existent. As you can see, it's still on full throttle. So we're about 3 or 4 car lengths there where he's out from the corner, where he's still on full throttle. So a little closer to the corner, which is way past the braking point. It's about two car lengths back from the braking point now. As you can see again, still on full gas. And again, and there, right on top of the corner, admittedly I've left a big gap there, to be fair. There is a huge bit of space, so I can understand if Ghost was a bit closer, he may be going for that. But as you can see, guys, at this distance from the corner, still on full throttle with only a little bit of brake, he's not going to make that corner unless he uses DM as a brake. And of course I'm speaking as a driver, and I don't pull any punches. I'm speaking as a driver, so here we go. Bump. Now he's full on the brake, and he's drifted me wide. He makes the corner, I back off, and as you can see I make the corner and I came off worse for wear. You know, fair enough, it's not a problem. So, you know, really, I guess hope that clears it up for people. You know, I don't want to drive badly, and I try not to drive badly. I just try to do the best I can with a difficult situation. So, Mr. Yellow, I apologise for rubbing you, mate. It may have appeared a bit rough, but it's always going to be a bit rough around these kind of circuits. I could have done better, certainly backing off, realising that you were going to clip in and try and go past Bash. But I also think you could have done better, mate, by not going into the side of me at full throttle. So, you know, make of it what you will, chaps, but that's the incident that happened last night. So, thanks very much for watching. I've been Dave Higgins, and you've been very kind for watching the video. So, I'm about to record Suzuka now, so I'll try and get on with that.